Okay, I think we're live. Am I live? Yeah, it says I'm live. Alrighty. This is time for art. Holiday season art. Um, it's a holiday season art hop hosted by our very own Mary Altier. And it's an art hop, and we've been doing it all day long, hopping along. And during this time, this will be an art show, I like to say, for adults because we use sharp things. We use needles and we use scissors and we use heat guns and dangerous items like this. So it has to be for adults and mature adults. Not everybody, not all adults can use a needle like this. Um, it is a tool. It's a sharp needle, and if it breaks, we have to find the broken end and dispose of the ends properly if ever we do lose the end. You cannot leave this lost in the carpet. You can't leave it lost in the carpet or in the couch or wherever you're sitting. You have to find the broken end to put them both together. I'm a safety freak. Sorry. So anyway, this is an art hop and we are going to be felting some Christmas ornaments, and I've got a few people in the room already. Hello everybody. Vanessa and Cheryl and Teresa. Hi Gigi again. And Melissa's here. Allie's here. Hi, Allison. Good to see you all the way from England. And Gigi is all the way from Sweden. We are arting across the globe tonight. And Ruth Lamb up in Nova Scotia. Woohoo! We got Canada in the house. Nice to see everybody, Cheryl and Mina. Thank you all for coming. Um, I know Mary has been. Oh, she's been busy all day. We started early this morning, like at 5:30, and we had several girls in the morning. We had a nice little break, a little nap, and then we started again in the afternoon. So far the hops have been absolutely wonderful and fun. So tonight, I hi Edward, nice to see you. Welcome, and Veronica. Hello, Veronica from Norwegian area. Thank you. Hi, Clint. Hi, Kenneth. Good to see you. Kenneth always gives me a thumbs up. He supports me. Thank you, Kenneth. So, Vanessa's Vanessa's here all the way from Massachusetts. Welcome. We do. We have people in California. We have people coming in here from Alaska. We have people coming in here all the way down here from Florida. Yay! Yes. Melissa could not open her eyes up that early this morning. Me neither, Melissa. I didn't get up. I've been under some pain medication with a tooth that I had pulled, which is fine. It's much better. And but the pain medicine, it's just over the counter stuff like Motrin. It makes me sleep. I'm catching up on all my sleep. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start because we only have a half hour, and so welcome everybody. Um, Felting is been one of my little fortes that I've been doing in here. Um, and I have done several art projects with my felting. So tonight just going to show ornaments, and it takes a while. It takes a few minutes to felt something, and I am going to finish these little guys up. But but I just wanted to show you the different things that you can do if you have a cookie cutter and you are a beginner felter. No problem. I'm an experienced felter and I still use cookie cutters. So it's for all ages. But you take your wool and you put it down in your cookie cutter, and then you can felt it with your needle. And and then after you get your cookie cutter felted out, and you've got it to the thickness you want, you can make it real thin or you can make it real thick. You can take it out of the cookie cutter and work on it some more. I have an example of something really thick. Here was one that I did the other day. I did this last week. and it was a star cookie cutter, and I made it that thick. So when I popped it out, all I had to do was refine the little stars, and it worked out really really well. And then I gave him a cute little face, and he's a twinkle star, and he's winking at us tonight. So these are ornaments that are going to be put onto my Christmas tree. And Joe and I have decided to go with a real tree this year out of our yard. It just so happens I have a couple of wild ones that are growing in my flower bed out front, and they're too close to the house. So they got to go. So I think we're going to get one. I don't know. Either we're going to plant it in a pot, or he's just going to go ahead and cut it down because it's just a twig. I mean, it's just a starter. It's not like it's a big tree. It'll be a Charlie Brown tree. And so anyway, the ornaments that I'm making, I will be using these on my tree. So whatever we use, and I will be probably posting some pictures of that in my Facebook group. And I will be sharing pictures with my streamers when we get our tree in, and we'll have a little tree trimming party, and maybe take a little video of it and show it to you guys. But these are some of the things I've been making online all month. I've just started December the 1st, and it's been so much fun to make these little guys. And um and I love the felt. It's a relaxing hobby that I like to do. It's an art. And I made these some of these online with my streamers, and they got to tell me what to use on my ornaments, and that's fun. That's always fun to do. And these are real sticks from the yard, real twigs. And it's amazing what you can use and find in your stash. This is a real charm. It's a bracelet charm, and somebody gifted me, and the buttons came out of my button drawer. And so they were fun to put on, and I found the two scruffy buttons to match my little snowman. I thought it looked really cute. You can use ribbons and lace. I've got on this one, I even got him a belt, and it is a little piece of leather strap for his belt. And I've got it on there. You can glue it on, or I've stuck the ends underneath his beard, and I felt it around the leather straps. They could pull out if I pulled on them. You can put a little dab of glue underneath that beard too, and get him down there. You can do that. But there's lots of things that you can do. You can use your beads, you can use sequins and buttons, and you can use your glitter glue. You can use, if you have any type of decorations, and if you want a little sparkle or something on your ornament, you can use a little glitter glue. You can add elements, mixed media, to your ornaments. There's no right or wrong in our art. We say that all the time. So anyway, right before while Diane was on, I was making a little hat, and I was trying to make him a little Santa hat, and I think that's going to be the hat I'm going to use. I left this end uh, fluffy and loose. I have not felted right here, but I felt it all the sides, and I felt it to the point. I left it a little fluffy there on the end, and I've got some other parts over here, and I can take and put a pom pom on my into my hat. And the way I do it is I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to lay the red on top, and I'm just going to put two or three little pokes to get it started and get it to stick like that. It's stuck to it, and then I find an object like a needle or your scissors, and I hold that down and felt it on the rest of the way. The way I like to felt is fast. You do not have to be as fast as I am to felt. That's not the object. Is how It's not how fast you go. That's not the way it's supposed to be. But anyway, I'm felting a pom pom made out of this wool, and I'm putting it on the end of my hat like that. And it's on there good enough. I'm going to felt it just a little bit more here to make it straighter. And I believe that pom pom will stay on the hat. And then I'm going to take this hat and I'm going to attach it to my head. And I am going to use a little bit more wool to make a headband. So I can lay this fuzzy part on his head and felt it down a little bit on the top of his head. And then all of this red, you're not going to be able to see it because in a minute it's going to be under the white. So I've got the hat already kind of attached. And then I take a little piece of wool and I make a headband and lay it down on top of, on that seam where the hat and the head meet, and I make that little white trimming on the hat. And that's how you attach something to another part. It's real easy, and then you lift it up and you wrap the ends around to the back side to get the back side of the hat. And it's real easy to do too. So you just wrap that around and felt it some more, and there you have a hat on your Santa. Lickety split. So you can create your ornaments and you can add elements and you can do all kinds of things with your wool. It's almost it's an art, you know, it's just an art in itself. To there's your Santa. And then I like to take and add a little, maybe a little piece of ribbon to hang it with. And I use my needle. I use a big-eyed needle to it's an embroidery needle, and it's got a big eye in it so I can put the ribbon through. I say that with because I can't see. But anyway, I'm just going to trim off a little piece of this ribbon, and I can hang my Santa up. And I'm not going to go to the point. I'm going to go to the where it bends. The straight point of the hat is like right there. I could use that part, but I'm just going to put it right here, and this way the hat will stay a little curved. You know how it hangs over to the side. So there, I've got my ribbon on, and you can do lots of different things with your ribbon. You can. I'm going to tie a little knot right there, and another little knot to secure it, and then I'm going to try to tie a bow and put a bow on his head. I don't know, just goofing off. If you don't like the bow, if you don't care for the bow, then you can take the bow out and you can make a hanger out of it. And whatever goes, whatever you want to do. Thanks, Sherian. Hello, everybody coming in. Oh my goodness, there's 22 of y'all in here, and I cannot watch chat. I'm not allowed to watch chat when I'm felting. No, not allowed to. You have to keep your eyes on the project. So there I have another ornament. I can add eyes to him, and I can demonstrate that too. You take a little bit of black, and if you want to make blue eyes, you may. You may. So I'm going to take this little bit of wool. This is just a little bit of wool, and it's not very big. And I'm probably going to use the whole thing for the eye. And I sort of twist it and I lay it down to where I think my eye is going to be, and I poke right in the same spot over and over and over. And believe it or not, the wool is going down inside. So I take my tails and I do some kind of a little French knot twist with my needle, and I poke it back down into the same hole, and there I have an eye. So I've got all this extra stuff here. Right here's our extra stuff. I'm just going to take the scissors and trim that right off. And I have enough wool here to make another eye on the other side. So I start the same thing again in the same spot, and I go twirl, twirl, twirl. His hat's kind of getting in my way, but that's all right. We'll work around it. And I go back in here to the center of that little spot and keep going back and forth with my tail until I get enough in there to make the eye. If it's enough, I can trim it off right there. Whatever you think is uh, when you're ready to to trim that off, and I can trim the rest of that off, and boom, this little Santa's got two eyes. And they're kind of kitty. They're kitty looking. You can see on the back side where I felted it, the needle goes through and snags. It's got little barbs. It snags that wool and pushes it to the other side. And those are the little snags that my needle made. So that goes to show you how it all works. And sometimes when you do something this thin and you do have things on the back side, when you're finished with the face, I might put a smile on there. I can take another piece of the skin, which is this shade, and I'll put another little piece on the back to cover up these little fuzzies from the other side. And you can also trim those, and it will not hurt your wool. So there's several options. You got several options, and I wanted to show you all something tonight. Those of you have followed me um, and have watched me do felting, and you've watched me do some wool projects. I want to show you something that's educational tonight. And let's see if I can find it. I thought it was right here. It was right here. Let's see. It's red and blue. Red and blue. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I wanted to show you, I wanted to give you a demonstration on how felting works. I have felted here two pieces of color. Okay. This one just is in this shape. No, well, I have a reason for it to be with this shape, and I have a reason for this to be this shape. But I felted it together by laying the wool down and hitting it with my needle over and over and over. And as you felt, every 30 seconds, you've got to lift it up and flip it over and felt the other side. That's one of the processes with some of the wool if you're making an object. Now you don't have to flip it over if you're making a scenery and it's on another piece. But anyway, I wanted to show you the demonstration of how felting really how felting really works and how strong it is. It becomes a piece of fabric. So, say for example, we had a piece of wool, or we had two pieces of wool. So, I'm going to make two pieces of wool, and I'm going to cut this wool with my scissors. You can cut your felt in half. And what I've done is I made a heart. These are little scrapettes, and you can use them for different things in your projects. And I'll use a little bit of this in just a moment. But say you have a heart, or say you have two pieces, and you don't have enough to make something. So say you have two pieces and you don't know what to do with them, you can felt them back together. And I'm going to give you a demonstration of how to actually do that. You take your edges and you lay them down on another piece of felt, whether it's the same color or a different color, doesn't matter. But for demonstration purposes, I'm using two different colors. So I'm going to take my heart I'm going to felt it onto this blue piece. And it's going to take me just a minute or two to do that. I'm felting it on just that edge. I'm felting it on. I'm going to do the other side. So I'm kind of making a patch. I can put these two next to each other and felt them back together. But I've chosen to use another piece, the blue piece, on purpose to show you something else. So we got 2 or 3 demonstrations going on here all at once. So we've got 2 pieces of hearts, and we've got a piece of blue. So we've got 2 colors. We got we got a broken heart. We're going to mend our broken heart, and we're going to mend it with red and blue. And I'm just going to felt this a little bit longer. Keep felting. And again, I go fast. I like to go fast. I go fast. I'm experienced at this. If you're doing this, I expect you to go slow, slow, slow. I really do. And you can also use some of your other needle tools. And I've demonstrated some of these tools before. I've got another tool in here that has multiple needles. This one has 3 needles, and this one has 8 needles. And then I have another one with 7 needles, and it does something. It's a different style of needles. And this one here is the safest one because it's got this little guard thing that covers it. So when you push down, I am felting it 7 times at a time because there's 7 needles in here. And this little guard helps you from breaking your needles when it's in the case, and it also prevents you from sticking yourself. It's a safe way to do your felting. It's a good one to have. I like it really well. And there's another one here with 7 or 8 needles in it, and you poke it down the same way. And you have to watch your fingers with this one because you can actually stab yourself, and you need to protect these when you put it away in your case. But this is like felting 7 or 8 times at a time, okay? Versus the single needle. But I like the single needle. It's my favorite of all of the needles. And then this needle here is just 3 needles, and you can poke it 3 times faster. And this is probably my second favorite of all of my needles. This one's the second one. There's something about the 3. It has a right feel for me. And then I do like this one too. I really do because it's safe and it really does the work. It does the work. And because I know what I'm doing, I really love this one. I do love it because it's a monster. It's a good guy. It's a good monster. But it really takes the work out of the single needle use. Okay, so that's my demonstration for that. But now let me do the finale. I'm going to lift it up. So I can take this wool and I can reshape. I can fold it back together and reshape my heart and mend it back together. Okay, and just a little trim right there. But the wool keeps its shape. It doesn't fall apart. You can cut it and you can mend it back together. And the fun part I wanted to show you is that red and blue make purple. And if you know me, If you know anything about me, you know I like to mix colors and blend, and that's one of my favorite things to do. So, so I will continue to felt this until I see more purple. And so anyway, that was the corny little thing. But that's my demonstration, and you can use this as an ornament, or you. I just wanted to demonstrate something for you. And then these little snippets that I've cut off, these little snippets, again, these were cut off. They're still kind of attached with the felting part. It weakens them. It does weaken them. But you can continue to use this wool. You don't have to throw this away. They're scraps, but I use my scraps. And one of the reasons why I need a little piece is I thought I would make him a little mouth. So I'm going to take a little piece of these snippets and I'm just going to make a little mouth for my little Santa. And I am going to use my single needle. And I'm just going to give him a little tiny mouth, ever so curvy, to give him a little happy ho ho ho. So he can ho 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 us. And then when I'm done with that, I can snip off the rest. And this will go in my snippet jar and I can reuse that. I mean, it will felt together and make something for sure. And refinish that little mouth. Doing good on time. I'm watching my time. And there he is with a funny little mouth and he's going ho ho ho. And if these eyes are too big, you just go ahead and hit them again in the middle, and believe it or not, they'll get smaller. They'll get a little smaller. And again, it doesn't matter about the back side because we're going to add a little more of this hair collar that I have. And we're going to put some hair on the back of his head to hide those little black marks. So that won't be, it'll be towards the tree anyway. But you can make your eyes a little smaller by just going into the center of your eyes and felting it a little more and wiggling the edges into the center. And you can make these eyes a little smaller. And you can take your time when you do it. You don't have to be in a hurry like I am tonight. But there's our little Santa ornament. He is ready for the tree. I didn't even give him shoes. I left his toes like that on purpose. Thought it was cute. I made it up as I go. And I used a cookie cutter for this guy as well. Find it over here. He was a cookie cutter. And the cookie cutter looked like this in the beginning. So he was in here like this before the gloves, and his feet were sticking out like that. And then when I took them out of the cookie cutter, they turned out they were looking like this. And I said, "Oh, well, that's a cute way. I'm just going to give him little elfie toes." And I thought it was cute. So that's what I did. Or you could put big bulky boots on them. You can put anything you want on your ornaments. And you can create and be creative. You can have lots of creativity when you do your ornaments. I showed you this one. I showed you the mama. She needs to have a little hat on her as well. And look at the back. I forgot to show you the back of her hair. She's got a little bun and a little braid. And isn't that sweet? So you could put a little bonnet on her, like one of those hair nightcaps. You can put a little bonnet on her, and you can dress her up, put a little bow in her hair. I made this separately. I made three strings, three long wool strings, and then I actually braided it, and then I tapped it on her. If you're interested in making anything like this, all you gotta do is come over to my place on Thursdays. I do felting Thursdays. We do a little felting sometimes, and you can always ask me, and I will be glad to demonstrate anything in my art rooms. Whenever I stream, I stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays we usually play a lot of games and have a lot of fun. So there you go, guys. It's almost time for me to go, and I believe I've I believe someone's coming on next. Who's going to be coming on next? I lost my schedule, and I was just worried about how I was going to get on. And here's a star. You can do a star for the top of your tree, and you can make a Christmas tree. And I do have a Christmas tree cookie cutter, so you can get all your old cookie cutters out, your antique ones and your old ones, and make make something fun. And you just have a lot of fun with your cookie cutters. Even a little bear, he's cute and he'll be cute to decorate. Put a little red ribbon around his neck, and he is good to go. He's good to go. So lots of different things, and you can always slow stitch beads on your ornaments as well. So I think that's kind of. Oh, I felt that this little guy. It's the smallest Christmas tree in the world. Hmm. And this was a little cookie cutter that I had laying around down here. Uh, I did. I had these. I don't know where I got these. I think these came out of my polymer clay kit that I have to make polymer clay things. And I had a little tree that I made this from one of these little cookie cutters. And these were for clay. So it's endless things that you get to make. It is. You just take your time when you're doing tiny things, and you use your needles and your scissors to help hold things down so you don't get your fingers close to it. And that's about it for my art hop tonight. So thank you, Mary, for hosting and for allowing us to show our goodies to everybody. There's just so cute to look at, so fun to do. There's lots of tricks and lots of things. Create. There's just so many ideas to use. You can use all kinds of ornaments and elements and artsy stuff. So that's it. Did you all put on? Oh, Anne's next. That's right. We're going to get on a sailboat, and they're going to fix us a nice tall icy drink, a slushy, and we're going to sail down to Anne's house, and she lives about hour and a half to 2 hours right below me on the east coast of Florida, and we're going to sail down the ocean to see her. So everybody get on the boat, go down to Anne's, and let's see what she's going to make up for us for the holiday seasons. So Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas. Good night. Bye. Go to Ann's, get on the boat and go on down. Okay. I'll see you all there in just a few minutes. You all go on. She's ready. She's waiting on us. So go on down to Ann's. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. It's good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Good night.